Star Trek Deep Space Nine broke new ground in the Star Trek universe, offering fans complex storylines, moral dilemmas, and a diverse cast of unforgettable characters. Between its interstellar adventures and deeply human moments, the show became a cultural phenomenon. Over the years, 37 talented actors who brought these iconic roles to life have sadly passed away, some under heartbreaking circumstances. From revered series regulars to memorable guest stars, we pay tribute to their lives, celebrate their remarkable careers, and reflect on the lasting legacies they left in the hearts of Star Trek fans everywhere. Rene Auberjonois played Constable Odo, the shape-shifting security officer on Star Trek Deep Space Nine, beginning his role in 1993 at the age of 53. Odo's character was deeply introspective, struggling with his identity as a changeling and his role in a society where he never fully belonged. Auberjonois had a successful career in theater and television, but his journey was marked by professional challenges, including being typecast and facing difficulties in securing major roles. His personal life was not without turbulence either. His first marriage to Judith Mahalia ended in divorce, and he later remarried. In his later years, Auberjonois was diagnosed with metastatic lung cancer, which took a toll on his health. He passed away on December 8, 2019, at the age of 79. His death marked the loss of a beloved actor whose career spanned over 5 decades, yet whose life was often shadowed by personal and health struggles.
Community leader! Seems reasonable. You have all the character references of a politician.
Majel Barrett was the beloved voice of the computer in Star Trek Deep Space Nine, beginning her role in 1993 at the age of 61. Barrett had been a part of the Star Trek franchise since its inception, voicing the computer in every series and film. Her connection to Star Trek was deepened by her marriage to Gene Roddenberry, the visionary creator of the franchise, but their relationship was not without its own difficulties. Despite their professional successes, Barrett's personal life was affected by the pressures of being the wife of the Star Trek creator, and her grief was compounded by Roddenberry's death in 1991. Barrett continued her work on Star Trek while dealing with the emotional and professional aftermath of his passing. In 2008, she was diagnosed with leukemia, and despite her strength and determination, the illness ultimately claimed her life. Barrett passed away on December 18, 2008, at the age of 76.
Family for 36 generations. It's absolutely priceless, and I want it back.
You're certain you were wearing it today?
Yes, of course I'm certain. I never use this hair without it.
Aron Eisenberg portrayed Nog, the first Ferengi to join Starfleet, on Star Trek Deep Space Nine starting in 1993 at the age of 24. Nog's journey from a mischievous young Ferengi to a determined Starfleet officer was a powerful narrative of personal growth and defiance against cultural norms. Eisenberg, however, faced significant health issues throughout his life, including a congenital kidney condition that led to multiple surgeries and a kidney transplant. His career, while impactful, was often hindered by his health struggles, and his personal life faced its own challenges, including a divorce. Despite these hardships, Eisenberg's legacy as Nog remained strong, and his determination in the face of adversity became a key part of his character's story. Tragically, he passed away on September 21, 2019, at the age of 50, from complications related to kidney failure, a heartbreaking end to a life filled with resilience despite ongoing health battles.
1 bar, 5 strips. Do I hear 1 bar 10?
Don't worry, he'll drop out at 2 bars.
1 bar 10.
How do you know that? Still a Ferengi.
1 bar 10.
1 bar.
Louise Fletcher, who took on the role of the manipulative and power-hungry Kai Winn in Star Trek Deep Space Nine, began portraying the character in 1993 when she was 59 years old. Kai Winn was a complex, self-serving spiritual leader, constantly driven by ambition and a desire to control the Bajoran people, often clashing with the show's protagonists. Fletcher had already gained immense recognition for her role as the villainous Nurse Ratched in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, earning an Academy Award. However, after her early success, Fletcher's career experienced a series of challenges and missed opportunities, leaving her with fewer prominent roles. Her personal life mirrored her character's struggles. She married Jerry Bick in 1960, but their relationship was turbulent, leading to divorce in the late 1960s. Fletcher raised 2 sons alone, facing the emotional and financial difficulties of single motherhood. She passed away in 2022 at the age of 88 from natural causes, leaving behind a legacy of memorable, yet often tragic, characters.
I'm not here to see the emissary. I'm here to see you.
Me.
Yes, child. Have you suffered a recent loss?
Barry Jenner played the steadfast and authoritative Admiral Ross in Star Trek, Deep Space Nine, first appearing in 1997 at the age of 56. Admiral Ross, a pivotal figure during the Dominion War, portrayed a sense of unwavering loyalty to Starfleet and his crew. Despite his strong on-screen presence, Jenner's personal life was filled with struggles. His career, though steady, never reached the level of fame many had anticipated, and he was often overshadowed by other actors. Off-screen, Jenner's marriage to Linda faced immense strain, particularly as he fought a battle with acute myeloid leukemia. His deteriorating health added pressure to the relationship, and despite his courageous fight, his family life began to unravel. The emotional toll of his illness left him exhausted, and his role as a public figure didn't shield him from the challenges of living with a terminal condition. Barry Jenner passed away in 2016 at 75, succumbing to the leukemia that had ravaged both his body and his personal life.
The Jemadar will die.
I won't shed any tears. Not if it helps end this war.
It may be our only way to end this war, short of surrendering.
How do you expect us to infiltrate?
Brock Peters, who portrayed Joseph Sisko, the wise and loving father of Captain Benjamin Sisko, joined Star Trek, Deep Space Nine in 1996 at the age of 69. Joseph Sisko was known for his deep emotional support and sage advice, balancing wisdom with a rich culinary talent, offering guidance to his son throughout their struggles. Off-screen, Brock's life was fraught with personal hardships. His marriage to his first wife ended in divorce, and he faced numerous challenges, including financial difficulties and health issues such as diabetes. His battle with pancreatic cancer was long and painful, but his family and fans continued to admire him for his strength. Brock passed away on August 23, 2005, at 78, his death from cancer marking the end of a life full of both professional success and profound personal sorrow.
Dead. No one at all. Hear me? She's no one at all.
James Darren, who played the charming holographic lounge singer Vic Fontaine in Star Trek, Deep Space Nine, started the role in 1998 at the age of 62. Vic Fontaine, a smooth-talking and wise entertainer, became a source of emotional support for the crew, offering wisdom and comfort when needed. Darren, who had previously enjoyed success in music and film, was somewhat typecast as the charming heartthrob but never achieved lasting career success beyond those early roles. His personal life was marred by challenges as well, beginning with a difficult first marriage to Evie, which ended in divorce, and later a second marriage to Gloria that faced its own share of difficulties. His health began to decline in his later years, with heart issues taking a toll on his life. Darren's personal struggles contrasted sharply with the carefree nature of his most famous role, and his later years were filled with medical issues that took away from his ability to enjoy his previous successes. He passed away in 2024 at the age of 88 from heart failure.
Which reminds me of a story Joey once told me.
Sing!
Son of a gun. I think he means it.
Cecily Adams, known for her portrayal of Ishka, the progressive and quick-witted Ferengi mother, joined Star Trek, Deep Space Nine in 1997 at the age of 39. Ishka was a groundbreaking character who defied Ferengi gender norms, advocating for women's rights and equality while balancing maternal instincts with a sharp sense of humor. In contrast to her on-screen persona, Cecily's personal life was filled with emotional difficulties. She had a troubled marriage to actor James Harper, which eventually ended in separation. Her health began to decline in 2003 when she was diagnosed with lung cancer, a diagnosis that weighed heavily on her. Though she remained active in her career, her illness took a toll, and she passed away on March 3, 2004, at the age of 46. Cecily's untimely death was a tragic loss for both her family and the entertainment world, as she was a talented performer whose potential was tragically cut short.
Basement, playing in the female division. Anyway, word leaked down to us that the Grand Nagus was having a little difficulty with his game. For some.
Camille Saviola, who portrayed the wise and compassionate Kaiopaka, began her role on Star Trek Deep Space Nine in 1993 at the age of 43. As Kaiopaka, Camille played a revered spiritual leader whose wisdom and selflessness were key to guiding the Bajoran people during their times of turmoil. Despite her portrayal of such a serene and noble character, Camille's personal life was far from peaceful. Throughout her life, she faced financial instability and emotional struggles, with relationships that brought her little joy or fulfillment. Her career never quite reached the heights it should have, and Camille found herself constantly fighting against obstacles, both professional and personal. In her later years, Camille battled heart disease, which ultimately led to her death on October 28, 2021, at the age of 71, due to heart failure.
This was approaching so quickly. I must admit, I closed my eyes, Commander. There was a deafening whine.
William Lucking portrayed Furel, the resilient and loyal Bajoran resistance fighter, beginning his role in Star Trek Deep Space Nine in 1995 at the age of 54. Furel was a symbol of bravery and unwavering dedication to the liberation of the Bajoran people, qualities that mirrored Lucking's own resilience in real life. However, Lucking's career was not without its share of hardships. His acting career saw peaks and valleys, with many roles that were far from the spotlight, leading him to struggle financially for many years. His personal life was similarly marked by pain, as Lucking had faced multiple divorces, including one with his first wife, which left him heartbroken. Though he later remarried, he struggled with balancing his personal and professional life, leading to bouts of depression and isolation. On October 18, 2021, Lucking passed away at the age of 80, leaving behind a legacy of determination despite the difficulties he faced.
Macra herbs.
You're supposed to take them during your pregnancy.
She knows what they're for.
John Colicos played the formidable Klingon warrior Kor in Star Trek Deep Space Nine, beginning his role in 1994 at the age of 66. Kor, known for his honor and strategic mind, was a character who embodied the values of the Klingon Empire, a man driven by his sense of duty and relentless pursuit of battle. Colicos, however, had his own tumultuous journey, as his career was often fraught with challenges. Despite his talent, Colicos struggled with finding steady work and faced professional setbacks in the early part of his career. His personal life was filled with its own challenges, including a troubled marriage and struggles to maintain a family life. Colicos' health issues were another source of turmoil, as he suffered from several heart attacks later in life. On March 6, 2000, Colicos passed away at the age of 71, after a series of heart attacks that claimed his life.
We snaked our way through the hot, smoldering canyon, our skin so parched and blistered it was as thick as armor.
Joseph Ruskin played Tumek, the wise and venerable Klingon elder, in Star Trek Deep Space Nine, starting in 1994 at the age of 70. Tumek was a character who represented the wisdom and traditions of the Klingon people, offering guidance to the younger generation. In real life, Ruskin was a seasoned actor, yet his career was often overshadowed by personal struggles. While his professional life was filled with success, with notable roles across television and film, Ruskin faced significant hardships in his personal life. His first marriage ended in divorce, and he struggled with the emotional toll of separation, which often affected his career. He also battled with health problems in his later years, including severe issues related to aging. Despite his later successes, Ruskin's health deteriorated, leading to a quiet battle with his own mortality. He passed away on December 28, 2013, at the age of 89 from natural causes, marking the end of a life that had been shaped by personal tragedies and struggles.
It is done.
What's done?
The ceremony is complete. You are husband and wife.
James Otis, who portrayed Salber, the devout Bajoran monk in Star Trek Deep Space Nine, began his role in 1999 at the age of 51. Salber was a deeply religious man, often torn between his loyalty to Kai Wen and the ethical conflicts within his own faith. Otis, while respected for his work, never rose to prominence in Hollywood and found himself largely in supporting roles, often overshadowed by more well-known actors. His personal life mirrored his character's internal battles, with a marriage that ended in painful divorce and a strained relationship with his only son. His later years were consumed by a battle with cancer, a disease that took its toll on him both physically and emotionally. He passed away on March 3, 2020, at 71, from complications related to cancer, a tragic end to a life that had been defined by quiet struggles, missed opportunities, and unresolved emotional pain.
Oh, here, let me help you. It's not right that a Rangian should be serving a common farmer.
Please sit. You're our guest.
Gregory Itzin, who played the cunning and manipulative Vortigern in Star Trek Deep Space Nine, joined the show in 1993 at 45 years old. Hayne was a ruthless and calculating character, loyal to the Dominion and willing to sacrifice everything for its cause, a reflection of Itzin's skill in playing morally complex roles. His career was steady but not spectacular, often relegated to guest spots or supporting roles in major productions. His personal life was fraught with difficulty, including the collapse of his first marriage and the emotional toll of never quite achieving the career he had hoped for. His second marriage faced its own struggles, particularly as he dealt with mounting health problems. After a lengthy battle with heart disease, Itzin passed away on July 8, 2022, at 74, following complications from emergency surgery, a bittersweet end to an actor whose career never fully reflected his immense talent.
Let me think. Listen and listen carefully. Lorella's been trying to get her hands on the prince's Latin.
Michael Ansara, who played the traditionalist Klingon diplomat Majel in Star Trek Deep Space Nine in 1994 at the age of 72, was a seasoned actor known for his commanding presence. His character, Majel, epitomized the unwavering Klingon commitment to their culture, often clashing with more progressive views, notably with his wife Grilka. Ansara's life, however, was marked by significant personal tragedy. His marriage to actress Barbara Eden, star of I Dream of Jeannie, ended in a bitter divorce after 16 years, leaving him to grapple with the emotional toll of their split. Despite a flourishing career, Ansara struggled with personal demons, including bouts of loneliness and depression. Later in life, he battled health complications, suffering from a prolonged illness that ultimately led to his death on July 31, 2013, at the age of 91. His death was a quiet end to a career that, though filled with admiration and recognition, never fully overcame the pain and personal loss he endured.
Yes. That is exactly what it means. I have found the albino.
Tony Todd, who portrayed the older version of Jake Sisko in Star Trek Deep Space Nine, began his role in 1995 at the age of 41. As adult Jake, Todd's character was a gifted writer burdened by the loss of his father, Captain Benjamin Sisko, a theme that mirrored Todd's own personal grief. Todd's career saw some success, but he struggled to break free from typecasting and gain the lasting recognition his powerful presence warranted. His personal life was deeply affected by the tragic death of his first wife in a car accident, an event that left him devastated and emotionally scarred for years. His second marriage faced its own difficulties, complicated by Todd's ongoing battles with depression and the emotional toll of his past. Todd passed away on November 6, 2024, at 69, from natural causes. His death marked the end of a life defined by personal loss, emotional turmoil, and a career that, while impactful, was shadowed by the weight of his personal struggles.
All was going well, and when it's going well, you don't want to stop.
Coming to bed?
Ron Taylor, known for portraying the boisterous Klingon chef in Star Trek Deep Space Nine beginning in 1993 at the age of 41, was a beloved figure in the franchise. His character brought humor and warmth, offering a touch of humanity to the harsh world of Klingon. However, Taylor's life outside of acting was filled with turmoil. Despite his charm and talent, Taylor struggled with personal relationships, enduring a marriage that ultimately ended in separation. Professionally, he never reached the level of stardom he once hoped for, and his career often found him relegated to supporting roles. His personal hardships were compounded by health problems that ultimately led to his untimely death from a heart attack in 2002 at the age of 49. Taylor's death marked a tragic end to a life that, while filled with comedic moments on screen, was fraught with inner struggles and missed opportunities.
She taught that to me! Can you believe it? A Klingon song I'd never heard!
She collects lost composers.
Nicholas Worth portrayed the Lecipian captain in Star Trek Deep Space Nine in 1993 at the age of 56. The Lecipian captain, though a minor character, stood out for his involvement in the complex world of interstellar trade and business. Despite his sharp portrayal, Worth's career was often relegated to supporting roles, never quite achieving the widespread recognition that many of his peers enjoyed. His personal life was a tumult of struggles, with a marriage that ended in divorce and emotional difficulties that plagued his later years. Worth's health also began to deteriorate in his 60s, culminating in heart failure. He passed away on May 7, 2007, at the age of 69. His death was marked by a sense of unfulfilled potential, a life that had never fully found its place in the limelight. His contributions to the small screen were often overlooked, yet his presence left a lasting impact on those who remembered him.
A Lecipian cargo ship?
That's right.
And you do a lot of trading with the Cardassians.
Why not? One thing about Cardassians, they pay their bills.
Yes, I've heard that.
Dick Miller, who portrayed the down-to-earth character Vin in Star Trek Deep Space Nine starting in 1995 at the age of 67, was a character actor beloved for his realism and practicality. As Vin, he brought a grounded, human touch to the futuristic setting of Deep Space Nine. While Miller's career spanned decades with many notable performances, his personal life was far from perfect. He faced the challenges of typecasting, often being relegated to minor roles, which left him feeling undervalued despite his undeniable talent. His marriage faced significant strain, and he experienced deep emotional struggles as he fought for recognition in an industry that seemed to overlook him. In his later years, Miller was also plagued by health issues, including heart disease, which ultimately claimed his life. He passed away on January 30, 2019, at the age of 90 due to a heart attack.
And we can't let that happen.
Hey, I hate to break up your intimate conversation, but you're next.
Danny Goldring's portrayal of Chief Burke, the tough, no-nonsense security officer in Star Trek Deep Space Nine, was a standout in the series, though his role was often overshadowed by the show's more prominent characters. He started the role in 1993 at the age of 47. As Chief Burke, he was known for his dedication to order and discipline, a figure of authority in a chaotic environment. However, in real life, Goldring struggled with career opportunities, finding himself typecast and often confined to minor roles. His personal life, too, was fraught with challenges. He endured difficult relationships, with the pressures of family life and a growing battle with kidney disease taking a toll on his well-being. His health continued to decline over the years, and his personal struggles compounded his physical decline. Goldring passed away on December 2, 2022, at the age of 76, after a prolonged illness. His death was a tragic end to a life filled with unrealized dreams, overshadowed by health issues that were never fully overcome.
Hurts. You're lucky I didn't kill you. I thought you were a Klingon. Have you seen any?
Hamilton Camp, known for his role as the quirky Ferengi Lek in Star Trek Deep Space Nine, brought a sharp wit and unorthodox methods to his character when he joined the cast in 1997 at the age of 63. Lek was a Ferengi eliminator, whose cunning and sharp humor gave the series a unique edge. However, Camp's personal life was marred by financial instability and health issues that held him back from achieving more in his career. Despite his talent, he struggled to find consistent work in the entertainment industry and faced a long battle with arteriosclerosis. His health deteriorated over the years, and his personal and professional lives seemed to fall into a cycle of disappointment. Camp passed away on October 2, 2005, at the age of 70. His death marked the end of a career that never reached the heights it should have, a life shadowed by health problems and personal setbacks that kept him from truly thriving.
Internment center, anyway.
My ship.
Do we have a ship?
We'll get one. We don't have a ship.
Bernie Casey, who portrayed the principled and conflicted Maquis leader Calvin Hudson in Star Trek, Deep Space Nine, joined the series in 1994 at the age of 55. Calvin Hudson was a man of strong beliefs, once a Starfleet officer, now leading the Maquis, a group of rebels fighting for justice, often caught between his loyalty to his former comrades and his new cause. Casey, a former athlete turned actor, had a career marked by both success and struggle. His filmography included roles in notable films like Revenge of the Nerds and Cleopatra Jones, but he never reached the superstardom he might have hoped for. His personal life, too, was filled with hardship, including multiple failed marriages, the strain of family life, and the emotional scars of his struggles in the limelight. The actor's final years were marred by health issues, including high blood pressure and heart disease. He passed away on September 19, 2017, at the age of 78, after suffering a stroke.
It must have been difficult for you. At least I didn't have a child to raise by myself.
William Schallert portrayed the passionate Bajoran musician Rene in Star Trek, Deep Space Nine in 1993 at the age of 71. As Rene, Schallert's character was defined by his profound dedication to music, pouring his heart and soul into his craft despite the emotional scars left by years of hardship. Though he was a recognizable face on television, he never quite achieved the fame that his talent deserved. While Rene may have found solace in music, Schallert's real life was filled with personal sorrow. He had been married twice, his first marriage ending in a bitter divorce. His relationship with his children was strained, and he had to face the pain of familial disconnect. In the later years of his life, Schallert dealt with the gradual onset of peripheral neuropathy, a cruel affliction that slowly eroded his ability to function. His career highlights were always overshadowed by the constant struggle to find substantial recognition. His passed away on May 8, 2016, at the age of 93.
Trying. Bajorans must reclaim their artistic heritage if they ever hope to regain their sense of self-worth.
Next time I talk to the minister, I'll bring it up again.
Brian Keith, who portrayed the stubborn and resilient Bajoran farmer Mullibok in Star Trek, Deep Space Nine, began his role in 1993 at the age of 72. Mullibok was a figure of unyielding strength, refusing to leave his beloved farm despite the pressures of outside forces, symbolizing the indomitable spirit of the Bajoran people. Keith, an accomplished actor known for his roles in classic films and TV shows, faced many difficulties in his own life. Despite his success on screen, he struggled with personal demons, including severe depression. His marriage to his third wife, who had once been his source of stability, deteriorated under the pressure of his mental health issues. The pain of his personal life worsened with the tragic loss of his daughter, which left him devastated. The toll of these events eventually pushed him into a dark corner. Keith ended his life on June 24, 1997, at the age of 75, by suicide.
Look, obviously you were overlooked in the general evacuation. I gotta get you out of here.
We'll talk about that over supper. Come on.
Jack Keller, who portrayed the diligent and steady Jahil in Star Trek, Deep Space Nine, took on the role in 1993 at the age of 47. Jahil was a freighter captain, characterized by his practicality and unwavering commitment to the demanding job of transporting goods across the stars. However, Keller's own life story was anything but steady. His career was filled with minor roles, often relegated to the background and never able to break through to significant stardom. He had married in his younger years, but his marriage eventually crumbled under the pressures of his career and personal demons. Keller struggled with maintaining relationships, and his family life was marred by the tension of his fleeting success and a growing sense of regret. In the later years of his life, Keller was diagnosed with leukemia, a diagnosis that seemed to echo the endless challenges he had faced throughout his career. He fought a long, painful battle with the illness, ultimately passing away on May 7, 2022, at the age of 75.
The mooring clamps are locked, and I don't intend to release them.
I suggest you change your mind. I'm taking aft thrusters to 1/2.
Who is your favorite character in Star Trek, Deep Space Nine? How do you feel knowing that the actors have passed away? Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss future videos. Thank you so much.